my body started shaking, I was crying, I was laughing, and I had no idea what was going on. And so through the tears and through my laughter, I looked at the therapist and I was like, what have you done? Like, I am out of control here. And she said, can I offer you some support? And I froze. And then suddenly all these flashbacks came from childhood around how difficult it was for me to receive support. It felt dangerous in many respects. And again, my body was kind of convulsing, and I was laughing because the sound that was coming out didn't sound like a 28-year-old, it sounded like a 3-year-old. The cry was very high-pitched and very embarrassing. But at the end of that session, I remember just feeling completely, my whole nervous system was completely calm. And my neck was free, more free than it had been for as long as I could remember. And I knew at that moment that I remember saying thank you to the therapist, and where do I sign up to do this therapy. And unfortunately the school was in Holland. There isn't a school in this country. In fact, there is just one started in London, but it was in Holland at the time. So for about 4 years I would commute to Holland 5-6 times a year and trained in that. And it was there that breathwork was huge. It was all about observing the physicality of someone and how their subconscious, their life story could be written in someone's body, and you can be taught to read it. And as you take this person in front of you, you can see traumas, relationships with family, relationships with themselves, confidence, lack of confidence, anything from the fat that's on their body, where it is, muscle overdevelopment, underdevelopment, the eyes, the face structure, everything gives a story about what's going on inside. And so these body-led psychotherapists, there are many all around the world, they spent a lot of time with me and with everyone in my group just undoing my history, basically. And it was all breath and movement, and was the most painful journey. And I smile as I say that, which is interesting. Most painful, but also the most fulfilling. I think if you speak to anyone on those sorts of courses, there are times where we wonder why we opened up the Pandora's box. And then once it's open, and it's, I don't know, maybe sometimes it took about a few days after a particularly challenging process. That's what they're called, processes, in terms of clearing history, clearing trauma. After about 3 or 4 days, the feeling afterwards was incredible. So quite addictive as well. And pleased to be on the journey, and surprised to be here as well. As I said, I came from marketing, from a business background, so I wasn't expected to be here.